Tesla stock is up about 1% today, continuing to rally, now well above 250, sitting at about $252 per share today, at one point hitting a high of $257 per share. We need to talk. There is some Tesla stock breaking news that you need to know. Now, we do have some Tesla specific news as well to cover, but I think we should start with a continuation of what happened yesterday. Yesterday, Tesla stock was up almost 5% on rumors of a China kitchen sink bailout that could be coming. And that is exactly what happened today. China just went all in on stimulus, sending Chinese stocks 4% higher, which, again, yesterday's move higher for Tesla priced a lot of that in. So yes, Tesla stock is going higher today and is outpacing the markets by a large amount. We did feel a lot of that yesterday, though. But fortunately, this is a gift that may keep on giving for months if the Chinese economy does improve, if Chinese stocks improve, if sentiment improves in China. That's going to be positive for Tesla as well, because China is the largest country for Tesla business, at least as of the last couple of quarters. But China lowered their policy interest rates and signaled more cuts are coming. They cut rates on over $5 trillion in mortgages. They eased rules for second home purchases. They lowered the required reserve ratio for banks, freeing up fresh liquidity, and pledged over $100 billion in equity market support. They also stated that policymakers were studying a stock market stabilization fund. Jeroen Blokland on X says this set of measures is astonishing in itself, but the fact that China opted to announce them all at once is a significant deviation from previous years. All this means China is again unlikely to stay within its budget deficit target of 3% of GDP and unleashes a massive slew of liquidity that will be felt globally. This is outright bullish for all risky, liquidity-sensitive asset classes like quality stocks, gold, and Bitcoin. If effective, it will also provide upward pressure on inflation, which has hovered just above zero for months. And that could be the bad side of this. If you do see commodity prices go up too much, which you are seeing commodities go up today, but if that continues to go up, it could give us a little bit more inflation as well. It's really an unprecedented stimulus package out of China, and no wonder why Tesla stock has been reacting very positively to this. Tesla stock is up over 1% at the time of recording this video compared to the S&P that is up about 0.2%. Tesla's 5x outperforming the S&P 500, which kind of how this bailout, if you will, is going to work over in China in regards to people able to buy Chinese stocks, that $100 billion of capital set aside to buy Chinese securities. It's actually Chinese investment firms that will borrow from the central bank to buy the stocks. And I don't think Tesla will directly benefit from that, clearly, but it will have a benefit from the economy presumably being in a better place and the Chinese market being in a better place. That is, assuming this bailout even does anything in the first place, because the Chinese economy is not in a good place at all. Now let's get into some Tesla specific news today. The biggest piece of Tesla specific news today is Tesla China insured units that came in at 14,400 or 14,300 technically for last week, but it was a Chinese holiday last week. So these are pretty impressive numbers. And we are still tracking about 2% higher year to date for this, 38-week period in 2024 versus the 38-week period in 2023. And we only have one more week left to go in Q3, and as long as that comes in at a semi-good number, Q3 is going to be the best quarter so far for China. It's also being reported that 1 in 5 new car owners in Norway bought a Tesla, which is kind of crazy. And judging off of this data from last week, Tesla once again sold the most vehicles in the luxury vehicle category. It is also being reported that Auto Park for the Cybertruck is currently rolling out to more owners. As Holmar's catalog points out, the only things left to accomplish on this Tesla AI team release roadmap for September is end-to-end network on highway and Cybertruck FSD, and we only have a week left in September. Cybertruck official X account says waiting and tags Alashwami in this post, and this is the meme that Ashkak Alashwami shares, basically saying they're working as hard as they can on bringing the Cybertruck FSD. Elon Musk had another meeting with the president of Argentina today in New York. And Elon Musk was awarded the privilege of presenting to the Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni, with the Global Citizens Award tonight. The autumn 2024 supercharger voting is now open, where you can vote on Tesla's next supercharger site. Every 3-month voting cycle, you can cast multiple votes to help us decide on new supercharger location. Now, Wes, he is the Cybertruck lead engineer. He also posts a meme to this post started from Holmar's catalog post and says, "Driving latest build tonight. It ain't much, but it's honest work." There actually has been, from what I've heard, a lot of negative feedback on the latest version of FSD. It seems like the decision-making inputs have gotten a little bit worse in the latest build. Let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comment section if you have experienced that. Some people are saying there's more critical interventions, maybe one in every 100 or 200 miles, where it used to be like one in every 400 miles or so. Tesla China says a new Tesla comes out of their Giga Shanghai factory about every 30 seconds. That's an average of nearly 2,900 vehicles per day, or over 20,100 vehicles per week. RobReport.com says many have tried, but only one automaker has successfully entered into the stage of mass production in the United States over the last century, and that is Tesla. R Plus Energy has just broken ground on a new $362 million Tesla Megapack battery energy storage system in Utah. This 400 megawatt hour solar PV and 400 megawatt 1600 megawatt hour battery storage project is one of the largest solar plus storage projects under construction in the nation. The entire project will cost $1 billion. Elon Musk does confirm that his companies are actively looking for ways to invest in and support Argentina. Kia's EVs in the United States will gain access to the Tesla Supercharger network on January 15th, 2025. Some EV6 and EV9 owners will get a free charging adapter, but others will have to pay for it. The Tesla Model 3 was also crowned as UK's most efficient car, with the Model 3 rear-wheel drive that averaged an impressive 4.4 miles per kilowatt hour. This contrasts greatly with the results of the Audi Q6 e-tron launch edition, which averaged 3 miles per kilowatt hour. The Tesla Model Y was also voted Best Family EV in a parent poll. 6 years later, Tesla is officially returning to the Paris Auto Show and in full force. Over 1 million people attend the Paris Auto Show every year. Tesla will showcase the Model S, 3, X, Y, the Cybertruck, and the Gen 2 humanoid robot Optimus. Option activity in Tesla stock today is exploding, something we have not seen in also a very long time. You have 155 different trades today from big money. That is in contrast to 30 different trades yesterday, so on a magnitude of 5 times larger. A dollar amount totaling $71.41 million, which compares to yesterday's $15.1 million. That's what, almost 5 times as large as well? That's crazy. With a positive order value of 91%, which is more positive than yesterday's positive order value of 82%. We'll talk about this a little bit more in the next video, but it could be a sign of an even larger rally that could be coming. We are continuing to see shorts covering return shares 2.35 million, borrowed shares 808,000. That means on net today about 1.5 million shares were actually covered on. You do have short interest of free float at 2.85%, $19.82 billion currently sold short in Tesla stock, totaling 79.29 million shares. What's actually interesting though is today's sentiment for Tesla is actually bearish at 40. Yesterday it was bullish at 68. Message volume is high at 60. Yesterday it was normal at 50, and participation ratio is high today at 55. Global inventory numbers continue to fall for the Tesla lineup. The Model Y at 5,500 vehicles in inventory, the Model 3 at 3,900, the Model X at 3,300, and the Model S at 2,300. Tesla continues to run about 4,000 different ads with Google. Google Trends activity for Tesla staying relatively unchanged from yesterday's update. The Model Y at 23, the Model 3 at 21, the Model S at 9, the Model X at 8. The Cybertruck's falling a little bit more from 50 down to 45, but still by far the most searched about Tesla product over the last 12 months. The percent of stocks currently trading above their 50-day moving average is at 61.86%. You actually have about 1% of all stocks today breaking above their 50-day moving average. So that's a decent day. It's definitely not bad. You're going higher, but we've kind of just been staying in this low 60% range for the last couple of days. And that's kind of like the S&P 500. You've kind of just been sitting in this range. Coiling is what you call it for the last 3 or 4 days. And that's really because everyone's trying to figure out, is the Fed behind the curve? Is the economy weakening? Are we going into recession? Or did the Fed cut rates fast enough? Large enough? We just don't know. We did get some economic data that came out today, but we'll cover that a little bit more in the next video. Markets reacted to it in the beginning of trading. It was not good, but it's not the biggest data that, it's not going to have a multi-day effect on our markets. It's kind of here and gone. But I do think it's very important that you fully understand this in the grand concept of what I've been saying here on this channel for a while, and that is, yes, we are in a period of a sugar high for markets following the Fed's 50 basis point rate cut, but inevitably, things are going to catch up to us, and we're going to be in for quite a bit of downside. We will also take a deeper look at the technicals and break down the charts for Tesla in the next video as well. So stay tuned to the channel for that one, coming out at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. With that said, that's going to conclude this video. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.